Raiders of Atlantis is directed by Roger Dedato. This is one of the movies where he did not have to kill animals to make art. So instead, we get something cliched. So the movie starts with poorly acted fight reactions. You know, the fight reactions where the characters just go, ugh, ugh, ugh. And we're supposed to think that that way hurt them. And they're carrying in a dead body. Yeah, that's how it introduces are supposed to be like little characters, with them carrying in a dead body. They don't really talk to each other in any interesting way. They're just carrying a dead body with this music playing over. In order for me to pay attention in a movie, I need to like the characters or at least think that they're interesting. I need to get that feeling of liking the characters or thinking they're interesting in less than the first over 5 minutes of the movie. One of the characters is tough, and then one of the characters is like overly cautious and anxious, and it's like supposed to be a contrast, but it's done in like a way basic way where the tough character just shouts everything, and the anxious character is just rambling and getting frustrated at the character says everything. It's just that feels like it's in a movie. It doesn't feel like anything I would actually see in the real world. Maybe the best way to explain it is it seems like that their acting is making the characters and not the writing.
It confirms the existence of Atlantis. How are you getting on?
And when the actors are not told to have like a certain type of character to do, like you're supposed to scream every line or you're supposed to be anxious about every line, is just a very bland acting. And they try to cover up the bland acting by blowing up my eardrums with beeping. So after a bunch of generic dialogue about computers and there's a bunch of technical dialogue and characters badly acting like the boat is crashing, they land in Atlantis, which is an island instead of a city under the water, because this movie can afford to make that effect. So it's just a biker gang, and we're supposed to think that this is really cool and dangerous because like the style of the motorcycles. So I guess the villains are supposed to be the coolest and most interesting part of this film.
Yes, I might just be able to figure out what this craziness is all about.
Yeah. Is it over now?
Yeah.
Hey, Mike!
Yes, finally, direction. I really needed that because there's nothing on the page that tells me anything about this character because the character is just one note.
Well, what do you know? A good old-fashioned mortal man worried about his money. Glad to see you.
I'm really the Tasmanian devil.
I'm not just a mortal man who cares about my money. I'm crazy, like the Tasmanian devil. Listen to how crazy I speak. I'm gonna take you down, you crazy biker gang. The music of this movie is done with drums, I think, but the sounds of the helicopter and the bus take over the music. So all I'm hearing is the helicopter, and there's not a pleasant sound to hear, and I don't think you can call that music. We learned that they're not actually in Atlantis. The biker gang was just taking over a city, and we get this information like an hour and 15 minutes in. It's almost like they realize that it doesn't look like Atlantis, so they need to rewrite the script to make it look like they weren't in Atlantis. It's just something that shows how low budget this movie really was. That the fact that they couldn't them be in Atlantis. So they're like, quick, we need to rewrite the script. You see, they're not Atlantis anymore. Now our special effects look okay. Before that organ piano music can blow up our audience's eardrums, we play laser sound effects that can also blow out your eardrums. So this movie ends on a very dark note when this glass dome covers the entire world. And this situation never gets solved because it's the end of the movie. I guess that's called a ambiguous note. But I really didn't care about these characters, so the ending doesn't really feel that dark or brave. So I just really didn't like this movie. I found it to be really generic and just have action and bad brain acting, proving that you need more than just a new concept added to a old mythology. You also need interesting characters. This movie does not have that, so I do not recommend it.